Good evening children, welcome to 6th standard online physical science class. This is standard 6 chemistry unit 5 continuation. So today's topic is water pollution. So how can we call a water as a polluted water? Water containing substances harmful to living beings is called polluted water. Water pollution is caused by the release of sewage, garbage, industrial waste, hospital waste, and also runoff from agricultural land into water bodies. Okay, so all these pictures shows the polluted water. The unwanted wastages are dumped into the water sources. These pictures reveals us the unwanted things are dumped into the water sources and make them polluted. Okay, children. So, what are all they? Unwanted things: sewage, garbage, industrial waste, hospital waste, and also runoff from agricultural land. Treating sewage and industrial waste, limiting the usage of pesticides, and burning hospital waste are some steps that can be taken to control water pollution. So, how this water pollution can be controlled? The sewage water has to be treated. Okay, treated in the sense it has to be reused. The harmful things should be removed from it and it should be reused. And also industrial waste. The industrial waste should also be treated. Okay, for example, dye industries, no, from there the industrial waste are heavy. So those chemicals should be removed off from the wastewater and the water should be recycled, and limiting the usage of pesticides. In agriculture, vast amount of pesticides are used in order to yield more products. To get more yield, the vast amount of pesticide is used. So you can minimize that usage. Okay, children. How it can be minimized? Instead of pesticides, chemical pesticides, we can find the organic way of pesticides. Okay, organic method of using pesticides or organic method of controlling the pest. Okay, so we have to find out the alternate way instead of chemicals, because the if you use the chemicals again and again, they go on deposit on the water and slowly deposit on the land and slowly enters into the groundwater and make the water polluted. So in order to stop that, you can minimize the usage of pesticides, and organic measures can be used instead of the pesticides. And what about the hospital waste? So this hospital waste can be burned. Okay, so it may spread the disease. It may also pollute the air. So the hospital waste like band-aid, used napkins, used injections, tablets, expired tablets, all these things should be burned. Are some of the ways to control this water pollution. Okay, diseases that we get by drinking contaminated water. If we happen to drink all this contaminated water, we will be suffered by disease. So those diseases are called, the disease that spread through water are called waterborne diseases. Cholera, typhoid, dysentery, gastroenteritis, and hepatitis are some examples of such diseases. Okay, children. So these are the examples of some waterborne diseases. Water fit for drinking is called potable water. Potable, potable water. So the drinking water is called to be potable water. Water is purified by sedimentation, decantation, filtration and chlorination are boiling. Water from the sources are normally purified by the municipality and supplied to the houses. The steps followed are sedimentation and decantation. So water from the source is allowed to sediment in sedimentation tank. What is sedimentation? You remember, isn't it? Allowing the liquid without disturbing so that the heavy solid particles will get down, settle down. That is, heavy solid particles like clay, sand particles, mud will be settled down at the bottom. The upper layer clear water is collected to filtration tank, where in the filtration tank the charcoal and the sand layer will be present. Above that, a charcoal layer will be there. So there the water is from the sedimentation tank is allowed into inside this filtration tank. The charcoal and the sand layer separates the impurities present in the water. It filters the water. The charcoal will filter the water. The impurities, the residue will stay back at the sand layer, and the upper layer clear water is again sent to the the upper layer is the water from the sedimentation tank. When it passes through these two layers, we will get a clear water here. This clear water is again sent to the chlorination tank. Chlorination tank, where chlorination, chlorine is added to the water in order to kill the germs present in it. Sometimes you may have this experience. The water smells chlorine, as this is because of this process, chlorination process. Okay, children. So this chlorination will the chlorine from the chlorine cylinder is supplied to the water, which kills the germs present in it, and that water, after killing the germs, the water is sent to the houses through various pipes. Okay, children. This is how the filtration is done in purification of water is done by the municipality. Okay. Here take a look at the traditional filter which was used in olden days. The water is first passed through the charcoal, then through the gravels and sand layers, and finally you will get the pure drinking water. And the ceramic filter which we are using in our today's life. Okay, children. So these are the various purification technique which we are using in our houses. Using a resource very carefully so that it lasts as long as possible is called conservation of the source. So what is conservation? Using a resource very carefully so that it lasts as long as possible. This is called conservation. So saving water is called as conserving water. Okay, children, do you understood what is conservation? Conservation is saving. So how water can be conserved? Rainwater harvesting is one of the best way to conserve water. Okay, it involves making use of rainwater instead of allowing to run off. So we can use either rooftop rainwater harvesting, or we can dig the pits in our houses to store the rainwater. Okay, you can use build ponds and lakes so that the rainwater may be stored. Okay, rooftop in our houses we can do this. Okay, in our house, not only in houses, in our buildings, office, school, everywhere we can use this rainwater in harvesting. Implement this rainwater harvesting. Okay. Similarly, we can also store the rainwater in hilly areas as reservoirs. Okay. So here is a picture of rainwater harvesting in a hilly areas. Do you understood, children, how to conserve the water and what is conservation of water? Hope you have understood this lesson thoroughly, children. This is the end of this lesson. So do your assignment and report in the group without fail, children. Also prepare for the upcoming exams, children. Your presence must be there in the group, otherwise attendance will not be given. So please follow the instruction and report in the group without fail. Thank you, children. Meet you again.